I want to talk to you today about what's going on spiritually with the narcissist and what's going on with you when you feel that pull and tug to want to go back. Now, the word narcissist, of course, is everywhere right now. I get that. And I think this is because we are also in a stage in humanity, for some of us, of what's called the Great Awakening. We're awakening to all these narcissistic cult-like religions, government institutions, our narcissistic families and relationships. There's this sort of great big conscious awakening to these control systems. Now, all of us have narcissistic traits on a spectrum, but I'm talking about those who have the full-blown narcissistic personality disorder. What is going on with them in what I can see in my meditations in the spiritual realms? It's like they are covered. As I see it in my vision, it's as though the narcissist is in a cave. Their spirituality, their connection to source and the divine light has become blocked, completely blocked, because that shell covering is their ego. And the greater their ego, and let's face it, those with full-blown NPD run solely on ego, the thicker that shell covering is. Everybody is born into this world with the divine spark of light, including the narcissist. However, we live in a world that is distorted and inverted, a world that equates to success to worldly things, worldly success, and not to our connection to the divine light of the Creator. Sadly, when I look at this in the spiritual realms, these souls yearn for the light of truth. They yearn to be like you and me, authentic and connected to that divine light. But the ego also feels comfortable and also feels safe and protective. Imagine a snail with a shell, and imagine removing that shell. It would feel so exposed and so vulnerable without it. And that is what someone with NPD fears the most, being seen for what they really are, being exposed. And unless they are prepared to really do that inner work, which is going to be quite painful and hard, then regrettably they will never change, and they will be disconnected from the light of their Creator. And this is why you often see someone with narcissistic personality disorder have this huge inflated sense of self and grandiosity and entitlement. They love the finer things in life, and there's nothing wrong, of course, with the finer things in life. They're not good or bad, they're just things, they're neutral. But narcissists use these worldly things. They love them and worship them because it gives them their sense of self and a sense of elevation and a sense of importance, because they have no connection to the divine light of truth. And sadly, if only they could see how these things mean nothing and that they are so insignificant when we look at the greatness of the light of the Creator, that they are indeed so small and insignificant in the greater scheme of things. Yet, why then, when we know who and what these people are, do you feel sometimes that pull to want to go back, to feel sorry for them, to say to yourself, well, we had some good times and maybe it wasn't so bad after all? Because let's face it, these individuals are charming. They get their hooks into you, don't they? Because they're so manipulative. And the reason that you sometimes feel that you want to go back is because you are in a weakened state at that time. There is an old saying, isn't there? The devil appears when you are weak. And it's because at that moment, when you feel that you're going to pick up the phone again or send off that message, it's because you perceive that there is something lacking in your life in that moment. And I use the word perceive because you are always whole. And of course, if you do, then the devil appears, the narcissist appears to fill that perceived void. But of course, they haven't changed. And the only thing filling that void is a false reality. It's not even real. It's all fake. It's not a real love or concern for you. It's always about them. And that's why when you feel that pull, you need to stop and pause and question, where in my life right now am I feeling weaker? Where am I feeling lack? And don't do it. Because they never change, and the only person who can change is you, yourself. The only person that can do something about it is you. There's only you that can evolve and ascend, because it's unlikely the narcissist ever will, because they are so blocked with their own ego from the divine light of truth. I really hope this video helps you. As always, I always forget somewhere in the middle or at the beginning to ask you to comment, like and subscribe, but please do if you enjoy these videos and they help you in some way. I will also put the link to my newsletter, which comes out every week, full and packed with insights and things to help you elevate your life. Wish you a wonderful day ahead. God bless.